the vast wilderness of Idaho, Linnea Schmelzer's life took a devastating turn that no one saw coming. Known for her adventurous spirit and van life journey with her German shepherd Aquila, Linnea's story was one of freedom and self-discovery. But behind the scenes, a personal tragedy unfolded, challenging everything she believed about resilience and recovery. What happened to Linnea Schmelzer? How did she navigate this heartbreaking ordeal, and what can we learn from her experience? Linnea Schmelzer, a woman in her late 20s from Wisconsin, embarked on a life-altering journey that many dream of but few dare to take. Imagine walking away from a secure 9-to-5 job and ending a 5-year relationship, all in search of something more meaningful. That's exactly what Linnea did. In May 2020, she took a leap of faith and purchased a 2016 Rom ProMaster van, which she lovingly named Togo. But this wasn't just any van. Linnea had a bold vision in mind. She set out to transform Togo into a mobile home that would become the foundation of her new lifestyle. Over the course of 7.5 months, Linnea worked tirelessly, pouring her heart and soul into converting the van into a cozy, self-sufficient living space. Every corner of the van was thoughtfully designed to maximize comfort and functionality. But she didn't do it alone. Alongside her loyal German shepherd Aquila, Linnea began their epic adventure across North America, capturing every moment and sharing it with the world through their YouTube channel, Linnea and Aquila. Their content quickly gained a following, with viewers captivated by the beauty of van life and the unbreakable bond between Linnea and her dog. There's something so captivating about seeing two souls, one human and one canine, exploring the open road together. But as beautiful as their travels were, there was much more beneath the surface. The road to freedom wasn't always smooth, and unexpected challenges began to emerge, putting Linnea and Aquila to the test in ways they never anticipated. What did it take for Linnea to turn her van into a fully functional home? How did she manage to balance the excitement of a new life with the harsh realities of living on the road? What lessons did she learn along the way? The answers to these questions could change the way you view life on the road. Follow their journey and dive deeper into the trials, triumphs, and the transformative power of living a life less ordinary. Would you dare to trade stability for adventure? Aquila, a majestic white German shepherd, was far more than just a pet to Linnea. She was a true companion, a steadfast confidant, and an unyielding symbol of loyalty. Their bond was something that transcended words. Every photo, every video, and every shared experience captured the essence of a relationship built on trust, love, and mutual understanding. Aquila wasn't just Linnea's dog, she was the heartbeat of their adventures, the silent protector during quiet moments, and the joyful spirit that made every day brighter. Their connection wasn't only seen in the smiles they exchanged, but in the way Aquila seemed to anticipate Linnea's needs without a word being spoken. Their journey together wasn't limited to the comfort of home. No, their story was written on the open road, as they traveled through the wild, untamed landscapes of North America. From the sweeping deserts of Arizona to the lush, misty forests of the Pacific Northwest, Linnea and Aquila experienced the world together in ways most could only dream of. It wasn't just about the destinations. They reveled in the journey itself, finding beauty in the simplest moments. They embraced the challenges of van life with enthusiasm, discovering hidden gems, quirky roadside attractions, and the kind of peace only the open road could offer. Viewers who followed their channel couldn't help but be drawn to the undeniable connection between Linnea and Aquila. Many would comment, sharing how deeply they were moved by the genuine bond between them. How do they do it, they'd wonder. What's their secret to navigating the highs and lows of van life with such ease? But what they didn't know was that behind every smooth road trip and every cheerful moment lay deeper challenges, unseen struggles, and moments of doubt. This bond would be tested in ways they never expected, and the journey ahead would reveal more than they ever imagined. What was it about their relationship that made it so special? And how would it evolve as they faced new hurdles on the horizon? Would their connection survive the trials to come? Stay tuned to witness a story of love, adventure, and resilience like no other. As Linnea and Aquila continued their travels, they encountered a series of obstacles that many van lifers are familiar with. Mechanical failures that left them stranded in the middle of nowhere, unpredictable weather that could turn their cozy van into a freezing icebox, and the occasional health scare that reminded them just how vulnerable they were on the road. Life in the van wasn't always idyllic, and the journey was often punctuated by those unexpected bumps that seemed to challenge their resilience at every turn. But in late 2023, something unexpected and deeply troubling began to unfold. Aquila, Linnea's loyal four-legged companion, started to show signs of illness. At first, it was subtle. A slight lethargy, a lack of appetite, and a noticeable dip in her usual high-energy spirit. Linnea, still adjusting to the constant motion of their nomadic lifestyle, initially dismissed it as just the strain of their adventurous journey. The long drives, unfamiliar places, and late-night stops might have been taking a toll. However, as days turned into weeks, Akela's condition worsened, and Linnea couldn't ignore the troubling signs any longer. What had started as mild symptoms soon spiraled into a much more serious situation. Akela seemed exhausted, not just from the usual travel fatigue, but from something far deeper. Linnea's heart sank with every passing day as her beloved dog struggled to keep up, and the spark in her eyes faded. Fearing the worst, Linnea took Akela to a local veterinary clinic, desperate for answers. The diagnosis hit like a ton of bricks. Akela was suffering from a severe illness that required immediate, intensive treatment. The road ahead was uncertain, and the weight of this news was heavy. How would they manage their travels now? What would life look like for them in the days to come? Could their journey be at risk? This was only the beginning of an emotionally and physically draining chapter for both of them. Could Linnea and Akela continue their adventures, or was this the end of the road? Would they find hope amidst the chaos of their unpredictable life on the road? Stay tuned to find out what happens next in this unforgettable journey. The road to recovery was long and grueling, filled with setbacks that tested both Akela and Linnea's resilience. Akela, the spirited dog who had once been full of energy, was now in need of constant care. Multiple treatments were required, including several surgeries, lengthy hospitalizations, and a seemingly endless cycle of checkups. Each new obstacle they faced seemed to add more weight to their already burdensome journey. But Akela's eyes, full of determination, never lost their spark. Could they make it through? Would this be the end of their journey together? Linnea, unwavering in her devotion, became Akela's rock. She slept in the van outside veterinary clinics, sacrificing her own comfort for the sake of Akela's health. Their travel plans were no longer dictated by adventure, but by necessity. They altered their routes, rerouting their trips to ensure Akela's medical needs were met. There were no vacations, no breaks. Just a steady march forward, step by step. The van, once a symbol of freedom and exploration, became a lifeline in a way Linnea never anticipated. How far would she go for Akela? And what was the emotional toll of putting their travels on hold for such an uncertain future? The financial strain weighed heavily on them. With each new procedure, the bills grew larger, and with the constant changes to their plans, travel costs mounted. The couple was forced to dig deeper into their savings, and the future seemed increasingly uncertain. How long could they sustain this lifestyle? Could they keep fighting, or would they have to surrender to the overwhelming costs? But Linnea's hope never wavered. She turned to their YouTube community, sharing Akela's progress with their followers. Each update brought new messages of encouragement and support. It wasn't just about the medical bills anymore. It was about a community rallying around them, offering not only financial help, but also emotional strength. Could this virtual family help them overcome the greatest challenge of their lives? The unwavering support kept them going, but the question remained, what happens next? Will Akela finally recover, or is the road ahead even more uncertain than they realize? Keep following their journey. There's much more to come. After months of intensive treatment, a glimmer of hope emerged for Akela. Slowly but surely, her health began to improve. It was a relief to see her energy levels rise once more, her once exhausted body slowly regaining the vitality that had defined her before the illness struck. Linnea, though cautious, couldn't help but allow herself a sliver of hope. Could it be that they were finally turning the corner? Was the worst behind them? It seemed almost too good to be true, but the signs were undeniable. The road ahead was still uncertain, yet the duo found themselves reawakening to the promise of new adventures. They resumed their travels, though at a more measured pace, with Akela's health remaining their top priority. With each passing day, there was a new level of appreciation for the simple joy of movement, of being able to explore the world together once more. The journey, once filled with relentless energy and excitement, now carried with it a profound sense of gratitude for each small step forward. What does it mean to truly heal? How does one measure resilience in the face of such adversity? These questions lingered in Linnea's mind as they ventured onward, the bond between her and Akela now deeper and more precious than ever. Their followers, who had shared in every moment of their struggle, celebrated their triumphs with them. The outpouring of support was overwhelming, with people from all corners of the world cheering for Akela's recovery and the duo's return to the road. It was a victory shared not just between the two of them, but with the entire community that had rallied behind them. But the question remains, how much more could they endure together? What challenges lay ahead? And what new adventures awaited them as they moved forward? Stronger and more united than ever? Only time would tell. Just when things seemed to be finally getting better, an unimaginable tragedy struck. In the winter of 2024, while Linnea and her beloved Aquila were journeying through the breathtaking Rocky Mountains, a sudden and severe relapse sent shockwaves through their lives. Aquila, who had fought so hard to recover, began to show troubling symptoms once more, but this time they were far worse. The once seemingly steady recovery spiraled into a nightmare, and the intensity of the relapse was so overwhelming that even the skilled veterinarians were left speechless. As Aquila's condition rapidly deteriorated, Linnea's world seemed to crumble around her. Desperation led her to rush Aquila to the nearest veterinary hospital, hoping, praying for some miracle. But despite the medical team's tireless efforts, the situation grew direr with each passing hour. The heart-wrenching decision was made. Aquila's suffering had reached a point where there was no hope for recovery. The only merciful option left was to say goodbye, to put Aquila to sleep in an attempt to end her agony. For Linnea, this loss was more than just the passing of a pet. Aquila had been her confidant, her protector, and her closest friend in an uncertain world. The pain of losing such a companion was unimaginable, and Linnea found herself struggling with a grief that seemed insurmountable. How do you continue on after such a deep loss? How do you recover from the heartbreak of saying goodbye to the one creature who had stood by you through thick and thin? This was not just the story of a tragic loss. It was the beginning of a journey through grief, survival, and healing. Could Linnea ever truly recover from the pain of losing Aquila? Or would the memories of their bond remain with her, forever a bittersweet reminder of the love they shared? Only time would tell. What happens next in this twisted tale of survival? What lessons did Linnea learn from this heartbreak, and how did she carry on in Aquila's absence? Stay tuned to uncover the rest of this deeply moving and complex story. The days following Aquila's passing were filled with profound grief and intense reflection. Aquila wasn't just a dog to Linnea. She was her constant companion, her confidant, and a cherished part of her life. With Aquila gone, Linnea felt a void that seemed impossible to fill. For the first time in years, she decided to step away from her YouTube channel, taking a brief hiatus to allow herself the time to properly mourn. It wasn't easy. How do you say goodbye to a friend who was with you through every adventure, every quiet moment, and all the challenges life threw your way? When Linnea returned to her channel, she didn't hide her emotions. In a deeply personal video, she shared her heartache with her audience. Speaking openly about the loss and how it felt like a piece of her had been ripped away, she reflected on the profound impact Aquila had on her life, both as a dog and as a symbol of unconditional love and loyalty. But what could she do without her? How would life look now that she had to face the world without the comforting presence of Aquila beside her in the van, her ever-loyal companion on the road? The response from her viewers was overwhelming. An outpouring of sympathy flooded the comments, with many of Linnea's followers sharing their own stories of loss and the comfort they found in the companionship of their pets. The support was comforting, yet also humbling. It seemed like everyone had a story to tell about their own bonds with their animals. It made Linnea wonder, could the love between a human and a dog transcend time and space? In the midst of the heartache, Linnea began to draw strength from this community. The shared experiences and love surrounding her made her feel less alone, reminding her of the healing power of connection. It raised a question that lingered. Would she ever find a bond like that again? Would it change her journey moving forward? What does it mean to truly heal after such a loss? In the months that followed Aquila's passing, Linnea embarked on a journey to honor her beloved companion in a way that would ensure his memory would live on, not just in her heart, but in the hearts of others as well. She founded a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting animal rescue efforts and raising awareness about the unique challenges of living the van life with pets. But how did one woman, grieving the loss of such a loyal friend, turn that pain into something so meaningful? What was the spark that led Linnea to create something bigger than herself? Through this foundation, Linnea worked tirelessly to bridge the gap between the van life community and animal welfare, ensuring that both animals and their human companions could experience the freedom and joy of life on the road without sacrificing their well-being. The question many asked, could a life of adventure, unpredictability, and constant movement truly be the right environment for pets? Linnea was determined to prove it could be, all while advocating for proper preparation and resources for pet owners in this nomadic lifestyle. But what were the hidden challenges that she discovered along the way? In addition to the foundation, Linnea took her tribute even further. She created a heartfelt series of tribute videos, capturing the magic of their shared adventures, the lessons they had learned together, and the bond they had built. Each video told a story not just about the places they visited, but about how they had grown together as a team. But what was the most unforgettable moment that Linnea and Akela experienced on the road? Could a single moment capture the essence of their relationship? The videos became a reminder for many that the bonds we share with our pets go far beyond companionship. They shape our lives in profound ways. Linnea's story didn't end with Akela's passing. It had only just begun. Want to know how Linnea continues to honor Akela's legacy? The journey has just begun, and the world is about to see the powerful impact of her mission. Despite the profound loss of her beloved dog Akela, Linnea made a courageous decision to continue her journey. The grief was overwhelming, but Linnea knew she had to find a way to move forward. In her search for healing, she welcomed a new canine companion into her life. Luna, a rescue dog with a heart full of love and an unyielding sense of adventure. While Luna could never replace Akela, she brought with her a new energy, a fresh sense of joy, and a spark of purpose that had been missing since the loss. The bond between Linnea and Luna grew stronger each day, and together they embraced the unknown, stepping into the future with hope. Luna quickly became Linnea's new travel partner, accompanying her on her adventures to breathtaking destinations. Whether hiking up towering mountains, strolling through charming villages, or simply relaxing by the beach, Luna was by her side, experiencing the world through Linnea's eyes. Through these moments, Linnea began to realize that though the road to healing was not always easy, it was filled with new opportunities, lessons, and experiences that could help her rediscover joy. Linnea shared Luna's seamless integration into their lifestyle with her audience, offering glimpses into their travels, their daily routines, and the bond they were building. She emphasized the importance of healing after a loss and the power of embracing new beginnings, no matter how challenging. Her story resonated deeply with her followers, many of whom had also experienced loss. They found comfort in Linnea's resilience and felt inspired to start their own journeys of healing. What did Linnea learn about herself through this difficult time? How did Luna, a dog with a past, help Linnea heal in ways she never expected? Join Linnea and Luna on their journey as they navigate the road to recovery and rediscovery. Could the love of a rescue dog be the key to unlocking a new chapter of life? Find out more as they share their adventures, their lessons, and the power of new beginnings. The story of Linnea and Akela is a remarkable tale of love, adventure, and resilience that will captivate anyone who hears it. From the very first moment they met, their connection was undeniable, as if fate itself had brought them together. As their journey unfolded, it became clear that this wasn't just a story about a person and her pet. It was a testament to the extraordinary bond that can form when two souls are meant to walk side by side, no matter the obstacles. Their adventure together took them to places they had never imagined, from breathtaking landscapes to moments of deep personal growth. Through every challenge they faced, Linnea and Akela became each other's greatest supporters. The trials they encountered were not easy, but they never gave up. Instead, they faced them head-on, growing stronger with every passing day.